Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Edge Podcast with Chip and Christy. I am Chip McCarter, your host, along always with my wonderful co-host, Christy Ogle. And we are back to talk
Hey,
about
everybody, and welcome
business,
back to the Edge
entrepreneurs. And you know how, and right now we've been talking to like service-based businesses, handyman businesses, cleaning businesses. But the thing is, what we talk about works for anybody. If you're a solo entrepreneur, if you have a small business that you're growing, all the stuff we talk about is basically how to make more money with the business that you already have. So this week, we wanted to talk about something that we talk about on almost every podcast, but we want to go in a little more depth, and it's how to stop people scroll on Facebook. 4 proven ways to stop people scroll on Facebook. Stopping the scroll, Christy and I both agree, man, stopping the scroll is the number one goal of anybody, of any business posting on Facebook. Christy, let's talk about this. Stop it. How do you stop people scroll?
You know, the average human being's attention span 5 years ago was 20 minutes. It is 8 seconds now.
I have a hard time believing that it was 20 minutes 5 years ago.
5 years ago, and now it's 8 seconds. A butterfly has an attention span of 14 seconds. So when you're writing an ad, you need to keep this in mind. How do I get attention from the ads that I write? Because you can write the most amazing ads, but if nobody in your niche market pays attention to it, it doesn't matter. The ad's going to do absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and everybody on Facebook, it takes about 2 to 3 seconds for them to decide if they're just going to keep going. And this is that window that we have as a business to catch their attention, draw them in, and then sell them, right? So you have to think about, in my opinion, pain points are the number one thing you should be hitting on. Grabbing their attention with, actual like headlines that say are you tired of this issue, basically, and that, with a handyman, are you tired of having work around the house that never gets done? But having a headline that people as homeowners will see and agree with, and maybe even make them laugh, but you have to catch their attention with that headline, though, that very first, what is it? Maybe 2 lines. I don't even think it's that long. I think it's like 17 words, if I'm not mistaken.
About 17 words to catch their attention. And you have to have something that's appealing. Like if you're a handyman or a maid, do not have a picture with you in a pair of sweatpants and a white t-shirt that's all painted up. Nobody's going to stop their scroll at that. Or if you're a maid and you're dirty and sweaty and you got your hair in a bun and you're all gross, you don't have your face did or anything like that, that's not going to stop the scroll of people. Now, if you're cleaning the hoarder's house, take a picture of the hoard and maybe put that on there, and before and after picture or something like that. That'll stop their scroll. But you want to keep in mind who your customer is. That's why the target market is so important, Chip. That's why they have to know who they're talking to. Recently, Chip and I launched a new business, and I learned the lesson really, really well. We launched this new business. I put it out in front of 1 million folks, and it's crickets. So I talked to Chip, and I talked to my coaches, and I said, I've got this amazing deal. I put it in front of 1 million people, but nobody bid on it. And they said, you've got the wrong audience. And Chip and I talked about it. We did. We had the wrong audience. Our audience there was e-com. We are experts. That's the path we've chosen to take online. Mm-hmm. And our niche is handyman businesses. So I had to get in front of those people to sell what we were selling, because putting it in front of e-com people that didn't own businesses didn't freaking matter. So it was a waste of my time and my money. So I know this, I teach this, but again, I learned the lesson the hard way.
Yeah, and yeah, that's a great point though. You can stop their scroll all you want. If it's not somebody that's interested in what you're doing, then you're basically SOL. Um, but when you the first thing's the headline, right? You have that 17 words or whatever it is to catch their attention. And then there's the picture or the video or whatever you have attached to that to the actual post, the content. Make sure it's clear and animated. Like Christy has said, people don't necessarily want to see the still photos that they're going to see their friends posting anyways, people they know and actually care to see the sweatpants and the white with the paint over it, the actual friends. We're not looking for the friends, we're looking for potential clients and how to grow a business. So animate it, make sure it's a clear picture, make sure it's colorful, but make a video, a little short video of you actually doing the work, and pick and choose where you're doing the work wisely. Don't pick just where I'm at today because it's where I'm at today. That might be it might not be what you want your optimal, sales video to be about, but animate it, find some way. And there's tons of cool little like actual animated ads that I've clicked on just strictly to see the animation, so if it's, because it's funny and eye-catching and stuff like that. So if you can actually do, find people that do that, digital marketers, someone that does the actual animations and stuff that, do that. I know a lot of people, my clients have asked me if I do it, but I don't, not the animation part.
Yeah, and then take that animation, and people will get something like an animated video, right? And they'll put it online once.
Yeah, and on one platform.
Play it, yeah. You have to put it on every platform over and over and over again. Well, it's in Vimeo or whatever. I don't know how to do it. Change the Vimeo to a YouTube video and then share it everywhere. It's super simple. All you have to do is Google it. So animated videos work really well. I've got several of them on my website that I've played for years. I just recently pulled out my Christmas one that I kept on YouTube, and I'm rerunning that from the previous 3 or 4 years because it wasn't dated. So animation can help you with stopping their scroll very well. Max will show me animated videos all the time. Another way is captions. I'm looking at our video on one screen and I'm looking at Chip on the other screen, and I'm seeing the captions running because the majority of people are watching this at work, and sometimes they're on the shitter. So
volume might be turned down.
So the guy next to him can't hear it. I don't know if there's more than one stall in a guy's bathroom or not, but if there is,
depends where you are.
Know what they're watching.
Yeah, just depends where you are.
I had to say that word, Chip, because we watched Christmas Vacation the other day. Shitter's full.
Yeah.
Happy holiday.
Oh, man, I haven't watched that movie in forever. I need to.
32 years old that movie is.
Yep. Yeah. I knew that because I actually knew how old I was when it came out. Which means I was alive. So I've definitely dated myself just by saying that.
I wasn't even born when it came out. Chip.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know. But yeah, and man, don't have a low quality image. If you're going to use a picture, make sure it's clear, make sure it looks good and it's clean. It's not, and unless you're going for that, unless that this is what's going to stop their scroll because it's funny or it's distorted on purpose, that's a different thing. But you want to have clear images to where people know what they're looking at. Because for 2 or 3, if you think about it, if you scroll up real hard, it'll go past a bunch of them without you even having to read it. But I still catch those like animated ones, the high quality pictures. I still see it. And I actually know to go back to it because your mind does work fast enough to watch that. So you have to have it. Everything's clear. Your point needs to be clear. Your pictures need to be clear. Your videos need to be clear. If you're talking on the actual video, speak clearly. We can't understand and hear you. I see this too many times where I watch a live video, right, and and they're talking like this, and and you're like, what talk louder. I would love to hear what you're saying right now. So be clear. Everything across the board needs to be very clear and understandable.
Exactly. I know there's been so many people that I've watched on videos to learn how to not do it. And that's one of them. You want to speak clearly. And remember, if you are doing a live video, you need to have an energy level of about 20, because that's what comes through the screen. If you have somebody like Chip said going, this is how you sell online, don't listen to them, because you're not going to pay attention to them for more than 8 seconds.
You'll fall asleep.
You're not going to learn anything. One of the things I learned from Tony Robbins from going to multiple events of his is you've got to have this high energy so that your listeners, your learners can also have high energy, because whatever state you're in when you learn, that's where you recall things. So that's why Tony does all the jumping up and down and the loud music. I know you can't do loud music online, but have high energy so people will pay attention. You'll stop their scroll and also keep them on the hook when you're giving your message, because it does no good if they don't pay attention.
For sure. And no good whatsoever. Stopping their scroll, though, everybody will agree, is what your goal should be when you're creating these posts and these ads for your business. Anything else on this point, Christy, or is there something else we wanted to touch on at the end of this?
I mean, those are just 4 proven ways to stop the scroll of people that you're trying to get to. You want to craft attention-giving headlines. That's the number one thing, because if they don't pay attention to the headline, you're going to lose them through the rest. I also do want to mention, like you said, it has to be crystal clear. Now, when you're writing an ad or something, you might have somebody outside of your niche take a look at it. So sometimes it might be crystal clear to you in your mind, but then when you show it to somebody that's not with your terminology or verbiage in your industry, they might not understand it. Sometimes we get so involved, like Chip and I, like we'll talk about residential customers and commercial customers and interior and exterior and employees and blah, 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 blah. People's eyes would glaze over. We have to put it in layman's terms, because sometimes the people that come into our trainings are green at the handyman or maid business. And so they don't have all that verbiage or terminology. And also, like customers, when a customer says, I need to get the outside of my house painted, they're not going, I'm a residential customer who wants exterior work done and blah, 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 blah. You need to think like the customer thinks, not like you that's the expert. I know people have tried to sell me tons of stuff. And like we were talking earlier about internet, Chip and I were. And so if I called the internet company, I just would want to know, are you going to make my internet run faster and it not go bad?
Yeah, don't talk gigabytes or whatever it is. Yeah.
How many devices can stay on this? How quick is it going to stream? Is there going to be any lag time? That's the questions that I have. I could give a crap less of what kind of cable you have, or how long you're going to have to string it, or whatever else comes in their verbiage. I just want to know, my problem is slow internet. I want it fixed, and I want it to go fast and never have to worry about it. Yeah. So, I mean, think about your customers as a handyman. What are they thinking? Do you have commercial customers? Do you have residential customers? Do you have elderly customers, or do you have moms and dads that are using you for business? Do you live up north where they're getting snow and ice, or do you live down south like Chip and I that you can't really advertise snow plowing? So, I mean, you need to think of these things in your attention grabbing headline and use the verbiage that you would use if you were the customer, not the expert, because the expert, you're gonna lose them in the sale if you're trying to use that verbiage.
And to be honest, there's quick ways to find out how other people speak about your niche. You can post just a random question to your friends saying, hey, if you were looking for the services I provide, what would you type in Google? How would you ask them if you called them over the phone? Reach out and talk to people, other people, client, even clients you've had before in the past. Figure out what it is they would say to ask to look for you. And then that's ultimately how you have to react, and create your ad, create your post, whatever it is you're doing.
Exactly, exactly. You want to think like the customer, not like you that's been doing it for years. And you have to have that attention grabbing headline or all the other stuff we talked about, like having captions and having high quality pictures. It doesn't matter. But the two things that will stop their scroll on social media the most is a really good picture. A good example is Puppy Monkey Baby. I think we've discussed this on the podcast before. I think it was Doritos or a Pepsi commercial for the Super Bowl. Puppy monkeys, babies, and old ladies will catch people's attention every time. And then also you want to have the captions, the high quality, the questions, the pictures, and then animated if you can. Puppy Monkey Baby wasn't real. It was animated, guys, in case you didn't know.
You never know nowadays, man.
That you run around in a lab somewhere, but I don't want to see a real one.
No, probably not be near as funny as the animated commercial.
Probably not.
All right. Well, and you know what? The headline and the picture are the two main things you need to focus on. The rest kind of fall into what you need to do to pay attention and make sure you don't, the do's and don'ts. But the headline will catch their attention and the picture will catch their attention. And sometimes separate. Sometimes it's the picture, sometimes it's the headline, but I guarantee you this, it's never anything else. Unless it's a video or something like that, but a video is the picture. And, so those are the two things that they're going to see though, before they click on it and get to see everything.
Exactly. So when you're writing that ad, those are the four things for you to really, really think about.
For sure.
Hand in the wallet full of money that's coming from Facebook or Google.
Get those ads out there. Each ad itself is a hand out there, so put them out there as much as possible, and you'll see that the flow comes more naturally the more arms you get out there. Christy, what else are we talking about today?
I really wanted to talk to handyman businesses. I've noticed, because that's really our target market on this podcast and with Edge and everything that we do, because Chip's a handyman and I've owned several handyman businesses too, and Chip coaches a ton of them. So a lot of people, I've noticed that handyman, when I talk to them, they say their biggest problem is they're chasing the money. They're going from job to job to job. The majority of them don't get a down payment before the job starts. The majority of them get done with one job. They're looking for the next. It's feast or famine with these guys. And a lot of them, I've noticed in December, January, February, March, it's famine, because they have no clue how to advertise or how to package a deal to keep them busy all year long. And that's really what I wanted to talk about. It's not a package that 8 hours and you bill 8 hours every month. It's a package where you sell them a package for the entire year, an experience with your handyman or bay business, and they pay for it all up front. So you can go on that Christmas vacation of your dreams, hopefully without Cousin Eddie, even though I think he'd be fun, don't you, Chip?
For sure. He'd probably be the only one I'd hang out with. For sure.
So, that's really what I wanted to talk today about, is a package deal for handyman and cleaning services. Most of them don't know how to do residual income, and they don't have an idea how to sell packages. And packages you can sell all year long, but this is really the time to start getting into it. And that's what we've got with Edge going. It's called the Christmas Vacation Challenge, where you can go on the Christmas vacation of your dreams by creating a package and selling it to the customers that you've already got on the books. So they're hot leads that have used you over the years. that they're going to use you again. It's the ones that have been on your books for years and they keep calling you back over and over and over again. You sell them this package deal, which is, 2 hours a week, 4 hours bi-weekly, or 8 hours a month, and you take care of their honeydews. And then you put a couple of frills on the top of it. Like you have the one that I'm thinking of. Tell me what you think. I haven't said it out loud yet, Chip.
All right.
A Wonderful Life package.
Yeah.
A Wonderful Wife package.
Yeah. And the thing is which clients would be more willing to do this, because you have to think, man, who pays me ridiculous amounts of money to just keep coming back and doing, and paying my prices. And if you charge too low, that's a completely different podcast you need to listen to. But we can talk to you about that as well. But you can actually, people are saving money by doing this, and you just have to prove it to them. You have to show them how they're saving money by paying you a year in advance or monthly, however you end up doing it. But, I know for a fact, I can think of 2 clients off the top of my head for my handyman business that they would save money if they paid for just 8 hours a month. Because they just constantly have something going on to where they want us back out there. And now one's commercial and one residential. So you have to look at what you do. There's a difference in pricing on both. Everything's has its own specifics, but you can do it with any type of handyman business, any type of cleaning business, and really any type of service-based business, digital marketing even, which is actually my main niche that I do. So, and that's a very common thing in digital marketing, to pay for the year, but not handyman. So it's a completely different sell. Like, marketers know about this and have been doing it for years, but not handyman businesses. That's why Christy was so excited about talking to y'all about this, is because we know for a fact that there's nobody out there coaching this. There's nobody out there telling handyman business owners that they can be doing this. And for one, we both agree that it's insane. So that's why we're doing it. So because we know for a fact that it can be done, because Christy does it. So
I just played with it. So I only did it around the holidays last year. So I did it at Christmas. I did it at Valentine's Day. I did it around Mother's Day, Father's Day, and then a back to school special. So I did $104,000 in packages last year. Most handyman businesses don't even do $100,000, but I did $104,000 in package deals last year.
Nice.
So the average handyman in the United States charges $75 an hour. If you do an 8-hour deal and you're just doing that deal and you're not putting on any of that smart home stuff for the Wonderful Life package, the average sale, if you did 8 hours a month, is $600. But take that and just take $100 off. So what is that? 1/6 of the price. So that is basically almost 20% off. So you do $500 for 8 hours for 12 months. That's a $6,000 sale that you could get in December. But if you do this and you do it the way that we train you to do it, and you just do it kind of like I did, playing with it, you sell 4 or 5 of these before the end of the year. Last year, I started selling on December 15th because somebody trained me to do it for the maid business. And I thought, let me do it for the maid. Let me see. So I did it for the handyman business. I sold 10 deals in 10 days. So if I can do it when I'm just playing with it, you can definitely do it, because I've already created the system. You just duplicate it and do it on your own. So here's a couple of the things that come along with the Christmas vacation package. You get 3 secrets. 1, you don't have to pay big money to other marketing companies to sell gift packages for your handyman business. You can do it yourself. Secret number 2 is you don't have to be tech savvy. Chip and I were talking earlier about something, and I said, Chip, I'm not tech savvy. And he goes, Christy, you don't have to be tech savvy. And I said, no, you don't understand. I can turn the computer on. And he goes, Christy, you can do this. You don't have to be tech savvy. You don't have to be tech savvy at all. You can run it all from your fingertips on your phone, Chip. And you know this because you do it.
Yeah. And I don't consider myself, well, about as of like a year and a half ago, I would have told you I am completely not tech savvy, didn't even have a Facebook. I just didn't do any of that stuff. I was against it. And then when I got into digital marketing, you know, I see the value in it and I do it for my businesses. But yeah, man, I still don't consider myself just like a super IT tech savvy guy. I just know the inner workings of, you know, the search engines and the internet and how to do, you know, awesome SEO, you know, search engine optimization and web design. But other than that, though, you would think a web designer would know, but I don't write code. I don't do that. You know, that you don't have to be doing stuff like that anymore. I have not found one up-to-date site that's not click and drag anymore. You know, like it's all click and drag. It's all for idiots like me, you know, and us and whoever. It's not, you don't have to be like my brother at UT with a 4.0 computer science degree, who can write software codes and make apps. You don't have to be like that whatsoever. Like I am not that.
But when you're building it, you do have to think, how can I stop their scroll? So to stop their scroll, I get little props and I like put them on. Like, it's super simple. I'll get like, these are $1 at the dollar store. You want to stop their scroll, and like, what a crazy blonde lady with you know, Christmas lights on her head and around her neck. That's what they're going, what the hell is Christy doing?
Yeah.
What the hell is cousin Christy doing?
Yeah.
You
Then they jump on there.
Scroll. So you got to keep that in mind with a good headline. Like, I can't just put all the boring stuff that Chip and I talk about up that doesn't stop their scroll. Another thing that'll stop their scroll around this holiday season. Can I turn these lights off? I don't even know. Oh, it's got different settings. How fun. I'm gonna have to play with that. Like Christmas movies. Chip and I talked about, you know, Christmas Vacation, It's a Wonderful Life today. We've also talked about Elf. Like, that will stop your scroll this time of year. The package that I'm selling this year with my handyman business is called the Grinch Smart Home Package. I'm doing 4 hours of handyman services every single month. And then I've also got like a Nest, an Arlo security camera, and this, I can't remember what the other one is. Oh, the Ring doorbell. I've got those, and a bottle of whiskey and a home kit for you. Like, it's a $4,000 or $5,000 value. I'm selling it for $2,700. I figured out the profits because we don't do the work ourselves. We have people that do it for us. So I had to figure that in. There's a couple of little things that we can teach you to make sure it's still profitable for you for the entire year. But if you're the handyman doing the work, 100% profit on that.
Sure. Yeah. And most handyman businesses, I believe, that I've seen are, you know, they're out there doing the work themselves too, just like mine. I got out there 50% of the time, you know, on some of my jobs. But that's because most handyman just realize that, oh, I can do this stuff that people are paying other people to do. So they just start offering their services. This will take you to the next level, though. This will help you get to the point where you're not struggling every week just to get home to dinner, to your kids, to make it to your kids' basketball game or football game or whatever it is. This is where you can start being the master of your own schedule and living the way you want to live, because ultimately that's why you became an entrepreneur in the first place, right? I mean, is that not the goal that you had, you know? And
the thing about this third secret is, Chip, is they're going to be able to macaque after us. We've done it before. So now we're going to give you the tools that you need, and you can just copy and paste and put your logo on the packages that we've created. Yeah. Now we do have another package where we do it for you, and that's a little bit more, but we put it all together for you within 3 days, and you're able to sell it almost immediately. So, I mean, those are the 3 secrets of the Christmas vacation package is you will make big money. You don't have to spend it. You can run it all from your phone and you get to make hack from what Chip and I've done before. It's a pretty good package and it's not selling $100 gift cards. That's what I want everybody to understand. It's selling $3, $4, $5, $10,000 packages. I mean, as I'm talking to you, I'm like, man, you could create one for a commercial business that does a ton of work with you. And you could do a package. They pay you up front.
Yeah.
And then you have residual all year long. So you can sell 4, 5, or 6 figures in these gift packages over the next 2 weeks and go on this amazing Christmas vacation with or without Cousin Eddie and the cat.
And the commercial packages can jump up to probably 25, 50 grand for the year. It just depends on what you're doing and how you're doing it. But I can think of a couple commercial businesses that I've worked for where $25,000 saves them money for the year, and big time money, you know, so like it's.
Pay a full-time maintenance person. They don't have to pay their salary.
Yeah.
They don't have to pay their insurance. They don't have to pay their taxes. They don't have to pay all that other stuff. Whereas they've already paid you. You do want to have a good contract that protects yourself, though. Just keep that in mind. And with us, you get that.
Yeah, life happens. Christy's contracts are great. Yeah. Hey, so Christy, anything else before we sign off that you'd like to talk about? Yeah.
If they're interested in the package deals and learning how to sell the packages, I am having a webinar at 11 o'clock on Thursday. But if you want to go now to www.forwardslashgiftbasketgal.com/Christmas-vacation, and it's on all of these broadcasts. Click on that link, go there, you can get started and start selling within the next week your gift packages and get that 4, 5, or 6 figures before the end of the year to go on an epic Christmas vacation, or just know you finished out your 2021 with a bang.
Yeah, or to cover that Christmas, you know. I know if anybody's like me, they're still finishing up their Christmas, buying their Christmas presents for their kids and everything. So, you know, this right here could double that, you know, get you exactly what you need to get your kid what you wanted for Christmas. So yeah, Christy, these are awesome deals too, guys. Yeah, you can click the link and come check it out and start making real money with your business, especially during these lag times, these dead times of the year for handyman businesses. But for now, guys, hey, we love you guys. Stay safe and keep watching us every Tuesday, and we'll keep coming back and helping you guys out with your businesses.
Bye, guys. Have a happy holiday.
Happy holiday, guys.